Mm. I better start talking because maybe people can hear me. Hi everybody. I hope you can all find me because because I'm going live through Zoom. As you can see right down there, it should say, or is it right down there? It says Zoom. And I don't know what I'm doing. That's why I didn't schedule it or anything like that. Because hi, Kevin S. Hi, JK Pioneer. Hi, Lori James. Hola. Yeah, so I couldn't, I didn't know how to schedule, like I usually schedule them the live, and so people know that I'm coming on at 9, but I come at this time. So I thought, well, I'm just gonna go and people will find me, I think. Okay, Kadelkin got a notification. So oops. Uh-oh, this is weird. I need my real mouse because I keep clicking places I shouldn't with this. Oh no. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. I hope I don't. Hi, Nomadic Madman. I need to move my. I need to move. Oh, hang on a second. I need to move my real mouse from my other computer onto this computer before that's what happened earlier. I did a test earlier of the meeting, the Zoom stuff, and it's because I don't know how to use the mouse thing correctly. I'm gonna pull up this. Hang on. Here I am. From my other computer onto this computer before. See, that's okay. Yeah, I want to see that there. Okay, now the chat is, now I can see it over there and I can see me here, but oof, my face is so big because my other computer is behind my setup sucks. I don't, my giant face. Okay, now I'm gonna change my mouse. Then let's get on with the show. Okay. Hi, Huli. I tried to send you an email with a direct link into this meeting to see how that worked too. What if I email you? Can you just click and then you just show up in the room? Just like, I suppose. I mean, what the heck I would do, you guys. Oh, hi, Kat. Hi, David. Hi, Zozo Rocks. Hi, Meat Man. Hi, Jack Jack. Hi, Lori Barnes. Because I'm having 7-Up tonight. Not drinking. I did have a glass of wine with dinner. Hold on, I have to open the door for the cat. There you go. Cannabis one. Want it out. Okay. Did the cleaning lady make a towel animal at the foot of the bed? Yup. It's true. It's a big fluffy hooded Minnesota night gear. And yeah, I made a nest for the cat. Cannabis. What am I doing here, you guys? Blah. I'm trying to focus. Get into Fenhaven. Hey, Richard Rutherford. I see you. Good to see you. Okay, you guys, here's what I'm gonna show you. I mean, I want to talk about Cody Museum. Cody is just more and more shows up as, it was just so important to Forrest. And I connect his, I can see that connection in, what do you call it? The Catcher in the Rye. Okay, the Catcher in the Rye. Catcher in the Rye. A part of that story that this kid loved to go into the museum in New York. And it was like the history museum, or I can't remember which, what doesn't matter. But, and there were the Native American, like, what are they called? Like dioramas, where they set up a big scene. And in the book, he describes it as there were, you know, I don't know if it was a painting with a canoe, but there were the Native Canadian or Native Americans standing in a canoe. And he knew that every time he went there, there they stood. And that was comforting to him. And the smell of the, wherever they went into the auditorium, I don't, like there was a smell to the like the way he described that was so important to him. And why that is important to the chase is because Forrest tells us in The Thrill of the Chase, right out the gate, right out the gate, that he would, I'm on page 14. And so when Catcher in the Rye was done, I threw it in the trash where it landed right on top of Time magazine. Time magazine is no longer a thing. I don't think. Like, it's a thing, but I think it's only, do they still print that magazine, or is that only in electronic format? But I don't know. Either way, it's not going to last much longer. Magazines are going to be a thing of the past, right? He's capturing all that. The Thrill of the Chase is capturing a moment in time. This really is a snapshot, a moment in time, right? So the Catcher in the Rye landed on top of Time magazine. I just needed some time to think. And the more I thought about JD, the more I liked him. Oh my good thing Jack the Finder, good thing his name didn't end, his last name wasn't started with a D. Oh God, that'd have been, I'm glad it's JS, not JD. The more I liked him. The only thing was he left out some really important stuff about when I was a kid and doing different things. Maybe he had mind that I would finish the book, or at least add on to it. And so I reach in the trash for the Catcher and put on the desk. So I think my friend JD knows, in a serious and determined way, I started to think about what to say. And then it opens up with this page, which my theory is this was written by Eric Sloane. This piece right here is written by Eric Sloane. My eyes. I want to know that. I want to know details like that. And Jack would know a detail like that. Oh, look, I see my name. Hi, Goodell Khan. They have them playing Indian Museum in Cody. Do they, in a diorama where they're like doing, you know, where it's like the mannequin or staged scene? Okay.
Okay. Hi, Minotaur Marino. Hi. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us tonight. Rainbow Campground in West Yellowstone was a huge meetup for Native Americans for, wow. And everything is everything is right on the border. It's on a state border, it's on a town border, it's on a park border, it's on, borders are important, and there's in this story. And so they have to be important in our treasure hunt area, right? Borders have to be a thing. Jack chuckles. Jack, does your last name start with a D? Are you JD? Okay. Lori Barnes says maybe he has continued the book and maybe that's what's coming. Second chase. Okay, you know what? No, I'm pulling a string here, you guys. I got a real string to pull. And what I'm bringing up is Catcher in the Rye, and I'm setting up this museum scene and how endearing the museum was to Holden Caulfield, J.D. Salinger in the book. And it's a really important thing in our chase, but why? I mean, important. And then he's talking about JD. Here, I'm on page 13 of The Thrill of the Chase. He even had a sister like mine. The guy in the story, I mean, not JD. Why would he? The thing of The Catcher in the Rye is Holden Caulfield really writing himself. Is he J.D. Salinger, that whole but anyway, and it was so funny, and I mean really funny, because I always thought I'd write that book myself. Okay, so in that book, a museum was really important, and in the parallel to Catcher in the Rye, it was about saving the kids, and the Cody Museum was really important to Forrest Fenn. He was on the board of directors at one point, or whatever you call the people in charge of everything. And so, okay, so and there's the hints of Cody Museum. If you believe Cynthia Meacham, which I believe Cynthia Meacham, and Jack Stoof, both of them, and Forrest Fenn. I mean, it seems like obvious in your face about Cody, Wyoming. And then here I am in the Thrill of the Chase, and Buffalo Cowboys. Wyoming is cowboy state. The buffalo is called Cody. We started calling him Cody. Right here it says it. It says it. And so Cody, he's brought it into the book. He's brought it into the stories. We know how important it was to him. And he wants all the kids to get off their texting machines and outside. And he knows the value of that lesson, opposed to the lessons that he learned sitting in that classroom. His classroom was outside, out the window, right? And that's where he wants those kids, especially Yellowstone Park. He wants all kids to experience our national treasure, a Yellowstone. A golden nugget is a Yellowstone. And our national treasure is there for everybody. We all own it. It's all of ours. And it's in our own backyard. For those of us here in the United States, anyway. I know that there are people in Canada and England and all over that are in this chase. But anyway, I see my name. Okay. Hi, Nomadic Man. Hi, Geo Nut. Nomadic Man. Forrest said the treasure was not in a cave, but what about a cave like Mummy? Mummy Joe's cave. It's really not a cave. You know what that's called? It's a word in the poem. A name for that cutout that's made by water, which I believe Mommy Joe cave was like how it was geologically formed. Forrest said that knowledge of geology would be kind of helpful. Bing, you see light bulb. That was like a cartoon reaction to my own. Oh, no, what's this? It's called. I gotta look now. Now I want to know. Is it called a halt? No. God, there's so much information that I have learned and forgotten. That's all I can say. But you know what? I like that. I like that somebody's gonna know that. It's like oh my God, that's gonna bother me. It's like not a paddle. Is it a meek? I mean, it's one of those words that you don't realize it's means something else too, Okay, things are getting away from me and I don't in the chat and I can't scroll up because I changed the wrong. Okay. Okay, Minotaur Marino says, knowing borders are important in the book, and the only two spots that could be Madison Junction or the northeast entrance of Yellowstone. You agree? Checked out the northeast entrance, blah, blah, blah. The northeast entrance. Do you mean the Roosevelt Arch in Gardner or outside Gardner, or the one Dead Indian Pass? Sunlight Basin, Cynthia's solve. Okay, there went the squirrel again, you guys. She looks like Heidi tonight. I know, except for I should have a mug of beer, hey, huh? No, I wanted to have a clear head tonight in case I needed one. How's the weather? IMG insert. Weather's great. It's a beautiful day. Okay. It also looks like Omega X Omega Ranch entrance bridge. Like, hi, Louie. Okay. Oh, I see my name. Blah, blah, blah. Goodell time. Tonight's Zoom meeting is brought to you by GoodellCon and Atlantic Coast. Both those gentlemen have made it possible for me to Zoom. And I could add people on, but I just thought, oh, I'm too afraid. Now I feel kind of chicken to throw the link in the chat because okay, let's go back. Look at me. I think I need a beer for focus juice. Slow my brain down a tish. Because there's so much stuff I want to spit out about this. You guys, I really suck at this. Never mind. Gedalkin says Cody's middle name is Frederick. It means ruler or peaceful ruler. Really interesting. Very good, Eugene. Going back, in fact, you inspired me not only to you inspired me to go dig around in the Cody Museum. I want to know the inventory of the Joseph Henry Sharp collection that Forrest Fenn gave to the Cody Museum. And so I was poking around in there, which brings us to the point of the video tonight, what I wanted to talk about. Okay, it was built. What was I talking about? I was talking about Catcher in the Rye. And then the Cody Museum. Okay. So where do we go? I'm going to do screen share. Okay. Screen share. And I'm going to take you to the inventory list of the Joseph Henry Sharp collection from Forrest Fenn to show you a connection that was like, what? Okay, can you see this, everybody? Here it is. This says the McCracken Research Library in the collection overview. And okay, do you want me to read the abstract about it? The Joseph Henry Sharp collection, JHS, consists of 3 record storage boxes, 8 photograph boxes, and 2 negative boxes. The collection occupies about 9 linear feet of shelf space. The JHS collection contains correspondence, exhibit catalogs, scrapbooks, clippings, photographs taken by Joseph Henry Sharp and friends, photographs of Joseph Henry Sharp. I'm just going to say Sharp. It's easier. Paintings, telegrams, notes on paintings, canceled checks, ephemera, and other miscellaneous materials. The order of the materials is based on Mr. Fenn's arrangement. Let me read that again. The order of the materials is based on Mr. Fenn's arrangement. Photographs have been pulled and placed in separate boxes. However, original locations have been noted and cross-referenced. Negatives and photos with the same number after the P or N designation are the same image. However, some indicate is given about the existence of these copies. Many of the photographs cannot be reproduced by the BBHC, Buffalo Bill Historical Society. I get it right? As the original images or artwork is owned by another person or institution. What? This material was assembled by Forrest Fenn in the course of research, his book on Joseph Henry Sharp. It came from many different sources and is untraceable. It was given to the Buffalo Bill Historical Center. Oh, it's center. Society starts with an S. Dyslexia much? Oh God. Came from there and was given to the Buffalo Bill Historical Center in 1986. 1986 is 2 years before he got cancer. 1 year after Eric Sloan passed away. The photographs in box 17 were purchased in 1961 from Carolyn Reynolds Rebeth. Joseph Henry Sharp 1859 to 1953. That's how he died in 1953, born in 1859. Was an important Western painter and a founding member of the Taos Artist Colony. Sharp spent several years on the Crow Indian Reservation in Montana, recording on canvas scenes of Indian life. Much of the material in his collection consists of the research files of Forrest Fenn, who wrote Sharp's biography. In addition to Fenn's working files, he also collected Sharp original papers from a wide variety of sources. Original Sharp manuscripts include correspondence, sales records, memorabilia, and several hundred original and copy photographs. The collection covers Sharp's years in Cincinnati, Montana, and Taos. Okay, so I'm looking in here, right? And so this, okay, what else do we learn from this? Access restrictions. McCracken Library staff must determine use restrictions dependent on the physical condition of the manuscript materials. Restrictions may exist on reproductions, quotations, or publication. Contact McCracken Research Library for more information. Oof. I want to work at the McCracken Research Library in Forrest Fenn's Joseph Henry Sharp collection. Oh my God, that would be so good. I bet I could get my ass out of bed to go to work there. Oh my God. Okay, Buffalo Bill preferred citation. Joseph Henry Sharp collection, MS-22. McCracken Research Library, Buffalo Bill Center of the West. Box and folder listing. So here I am in series 2. I'm in the photograph, slides, negatives, and transparency box, right? And in that box, old photos, box number 1. Okay, but I want to go down to my highlighted, right here we are. Is this still in box 1? Yes. Okay. It says here, waiting from her ship to come in. This is a mistype. It should say waiting for her ship to come in. That's a miss. Anyway, let's highlight it again. Joseph Henry Sharp painting, copy color. Okay, so what that means is we're in the box of photographs. So this is a photograph, color copy in color of a Joseph Henry Sharp painting. This isn't the painting. This is a photograph of the painting, a copy of it in color. And I believe that I don't have TP Smoke or the beat of the drum, whoop of the dance. I don't have the Joseph by Forrest, so I can't reference this, but I have seen it twice. I have checked it out from, anyway, I've found it in a library. But what I'm trying to spit out is he used that photograph, that painting of she's waiting for ships that never come in, or what is it called? Now I lost it. Oh, you guys. Oh, I would fire this reporter. She's terrible. Right here, somewhere. Right here. Okay. Oh man, that's a damn long way around to bring you to this. Now I'm going to stop share. Hang on, everybody, come with me here. Now, it's probably best I show you from here, because although that is a copy, of exactly what my book looks like. Right here. Which would be page 5. Page 5, but it doesn't have a page number. And it is: life is a game of poker, happiness is the pot. Fate deals you 4 cards and a joker, and you play whether you like it or not. This quote, Forrest kyped and changed from a song that's called I'm Waiting for Ships That Never Come In. And ooh, I like that tie a lot, but I am, oops, I'm getting notifications that I thought I said no to the notifications. Good Lord. Shush. Okay, so here's the words to the Ernest Tubb version of Waiting for Ships That Never Come In. I do have the original lyrics because here's the thing about this life is a game of poker quote that opens up. This opens the thrill of the chase, right? Hold on, I'm gonna find my better book right here. Got it. I gotta put things down. Here. Okay. Oh my God, I almost knocked my glass of water over. That would have been bad. Hear that fell? Okay, never mind. Gee, Susie, great content there. Look at how nice that is. Can you see it? Yeah. But it's the dedication page. It goes, open the book. This is page 1. This is page 2, page 3, page 4, and this is page 5. Page 5. So we have an introduction, or what does he call it? He calls it preface. It says preface on page 4. Page 5 is this. So we all know that. Everyone in here, well, not really. Not everyone has the book. I understand this. What was my whole point of that? Okay, so it was originally written in like 1901 or something, way early 1900s, this song. And it was a song, I can't remember who the original person was that wrote it, right? So Ernest Tubbs, okay, where did I put that? Right here. He came out with a version of that song in I didn't write it down, did I? No, but I have a lot of it. God, I did a lot of information. Holy crap. I don't have it on this piece of paper, but I'm gonna say it was like the 40s, the 50s. I don't know. Ernest Tubbs, when he did his shtick. So the rock says, almost stumbled. That's how I stumble through everything. That's my default mode, is stumble. Mm-hmm. Okay. Back to it. Okay, so the original lyrics are written, but they were copyrighted, and like music has 100-year thing. Is it 100 years for all music? I'm not positive or how that rolls, but after so many years, like the Happy Birthday song, now everyone can play Happy Birthday for free. It's now a free song, and you can hear it on TV. And in previous, that just happened a couple years ago, something like that. previous to that, you never heard Happy Birthday, the real song, on TV shows because they had to pay. And the ones that they did really sing it, they had to pay for the use of that song. But once that expires, then it's free. It's a free for all. So now the original Waiting for Ships That Never Come In song is a free for all song, but it wasn't at the time that Forrest wrote this, but it doesn't matter. Ernest Tubb, here's the point of this. Ernest Tubb, when he stole the song or redid the song, he changed the words just enough where it wasn't the same thing, right? And then, so he changed it to where it says, now this is what, okay, now life is only a game of poker and happiness is the pot. They'd deal you 5 cards in the cradle and you play whether you like it or not. And so now life is only a game of poker. And Forrest says life is a game of poker. So only, he took the word only out. Forrest omitted the word only. Happiness is the pot. That's the same. They'd deal you. And Forrest changed it to fate deals you. And this is 5 cards in the cradle. Forrest is 4 cards and a joker. He has a joker, a wild card. The original song didn't have a wild card. And you play whether you like it or not. And that's the same. And you play whether you like it or not. Oh, and you play. And you play whether you like it or not. I don't know if I trust these lyrics either that I forgot. Wait, bead. Changed, you know, original written, then was changed, and then was changed to get into this book. And then I find that Joseph Henry Sharp painting called Waiting for Ships. She's waiting for her ship to come in at the McCracken Library in Cody, Wyoming. Holy crap, that was a lot. A lot. Hi, Davio. Good to see you. How you doing? How's Callie? Oh, right. Now I've got, okay. I don't know what happens if I click. I got to click around a minute, you guys. Where though? Oh, here, got it. Cradle, umbilical, attached. Mm-hmm. And I think perhaps that for, like he says that he's umbilically attached because I think his mom was pregnant with Forrest. And I think they still went, I think he was in Yellowstone when she was pregnant, you know? And do we even know, did she give birth in West Yellowstone to Forrest, or was he actually born in Temple? I mean, or how did that work? You know, he was born in August, the end of August. So were they back? Did he, was she traveling 9 months pregnant with Forrest in that car, that miserable car ride? Oh my stars. In 1930, he was born August 22nd, 1930. There's so many good people. I see so many people in chat, and Man, okay, so I got goals for next week already that I need to reconfigure my station here, my imagination station. How many people do I have in here? 49 people. Hi, 49 people. Okay. Peg Shaw Cole's favorite flower was touch me nots. Those are little purple flowers. Okay. If he was born in Yellowstone and he and his mom gets free admission for life, kind of like Disneyland, that should be a thing. Oh. I think it's sad when people die within 6 months of their birthday. You're funny. Hey, Uli, Susie is glowing. She's very cute with point. I think it must be, it's a new, Gidelcon bought me a new computer, everybody. Gidelcon sends me an email, said, guess what? I'm sending a new computer to your house. What? This is a true story. This Dell laptop then with Microsoft appears, bringing you Zoom. That happened Tuesday. Today is Friday. A couple days ago, I got a brand new. So it might be. Must be the new camera. Well, then that's an added bonus to this. I didn't figure out how to do any. Are there where's the blur filter? I'm rolling away. Hang on. Okay. Bravo to you, Sir Gidelcon. Says Jack. It's true. That was awesome. So I have, here's the thing. I've got YouTube on my old computer and I'm got the meeting going on here. So I can see the chat here and see the meeting here. I got my Tony Henman necklace on tonight, and I got my troll necklace from Candy. Is Candy still on? Is she still there? It's my little my troll weapon. I need the cat filter. I assure you, I am not a cat. It's so good. I wouldn't get the cat. That would be me. The cat filter stuck on. Like I'm messing around. Next thing you know, I got a butterfly on the end of my nose that I don't know how to get rid of. Oh my God. Okay. What were we talking about? Cody, Wyoming. Now I want my book. Is this the book with all the writing? Yes. This one's the beat up book is more fun to look at because I wrote, circled, all my notes are in it. But I want to look more under the Home of Brown because it is just a haunting thing that Jack's email, like I don't know what the exact words were that he said now, and I don't have that up to just quick look at. But Jack sent an email, the Home of Brown. Basically, he said he found the Home of Brown before he went looking. He knew the Home of Brown, or he found the Home of Brown. And I know Forrest says you can't go out looking for a blaze. You got to know, that's pointless. You got to know where warm waters halt and let it take you there. But I keep So Home of Brown and Where Warm Waters Halt have to be in the book. It has to say it, has to be something we can translate from the poem using the clues or hints in the book to help you with the clues in the poem. That's our instructions. You use the book to help you with the clues in the poem. That's how it is. So my, this Home of Brown, this is page 55. And that's brown. That's brown type. And that's a capitalized Home of Brown. And so when you say a capitalized Home of Brown in the English language, you can translate that as this, as the word home written in all cap brown letters. So what is underneath this paragraph on page 50? What is below the Home of Brown? So here's the Home of Brown. What's below it? Okay, so right below it, the paragraph starts with the word one. The big O, 0. And it's 1. So either you can read, because you can see it's O and then NE. So is that northeast? Are we supposed to read the, because the O is big? Northeast, fall. What else is below there? School. Okay, what is directly below the Home of Brown in this paragraph is the word school. So is that insinuating that you turn, like there's a landmark, like the Home of Brown, put in below the Home of Brown. Below Home of Brown is a school. So how else could you read that? From there, school, from there, it's no place. What else is beneath here though? Okay, or below the Home of Brown? Skippy got an old Model B Ford. But at the time, it couldn't have been that old, It sounds really old to us. He got an old Model B Ford but this is in 1943. So when were Model B Fords made? I'm gonna Google that. Maybe if I just say, when were Model B Fords made?
1908. According to Ford Motor Company, the Model T was introduced to the world in 1908.
No, Model B.
Henry Ford wanted the Model
B. In 1932. And this is 1943, so it was 11 years old. So if you had an 11-year-old car, would you consider that an old car? My car is super old, so I'm not a good judge of that. So it could be made was it just 1932? Was first made in 1932. So there were more than, it was 1932, 33, 34. So it could have been, 9 years old. Okay, but anyway. Skippy bought one in 1943. He didn't have a driver's license. Didn't matter. It wasn't a consideration. Oh, didn't seem to be a consideration. Okay, was there a reason he used the word consideration at that? Okay, and then, okay, here we go. Right below, also below the home of Brown is, it was just 1,600 miles across 5 states. But remember how the first word in the paragraph is one, the word one. And then it was just, okay, so, and then when you get to 1,600, the one in the, instead of a 1 for 16, it's an I, it's a capital I. All the number ones are the letter I in the thrill of the chase. So here's one I. And this is all below the home of Brown, you guys. This, mind you, this is what I'm working. So you could read it as I, comma, 600 or 6. It's I, comma, 600, the letter O. It's not a 0. It's a letter O. So basically, in the 1,600, how he has it written is it only really has one letter. Or I mean, it has 3 letters and 1 number. The number 6 is the only real number in that number. He used what, like he used to use when you did typewriter, when you did a typewriter font, the typewriter, you used an I for a 1 and an O for a 0. That's old school. But to consciously do that, and then have the only real number 1 that shows up in this whole thing is the colophon, and it's here under 100. 100 is actually a real 1 and 2 real zeros. The 100 reference right before the poem, when he talks about George Burns, right here it is. George Burns was 100 years old. So, but it's George Burns was IOO. Oh, I don't know about you guys, but I need to know these details. I need to know. Like, this is the stuff that just drives me, all of us, this is not going to be, I can't just let this stuff go. I need answers. Whew, the waiting is the hardest part. Okay. Type, comma, backspace, shift, period. C is 100, yes or no? Yes, it is. C. And you know what, Davio? When you said C is 100, you know what that made me think of? That scrapbook that Cynthia references in her video about, I think it's scrapbook, is it 107 or 207? Where he took that $5 bill and folded the corner down where it says treasure, where he folded it so the treasure, instead of saying treasury, it says treasure, cut off that, and it made the corner of the 5 with the fold made a C in the corner. That's in Cynthia's Sunlight Basin stuff. And so that yeah, the Roman numeral thing. it's something. And just because of the Rosetta Stone reference and why, and him bringing it up in interviews, is a reference to 3 different languages or saying the same thing. And it took him 10 years to interpret the Rosetta Stone. So before somebody cracked it and figured out, I mean, it's too neat. But anyway, that's all a part of it. And so we know we have to translate something. And the way that he talks about Miss Ford and the Spanish teacher and not knowing Spanish is, that language is brought, that's one language brought in, English is brought in. And then what else is brought in? What else is brought in are Roman numerals for numbers. That's brought in. That's not English. And what else is brought is a map. When you look at a map, because of how, especially the Rocky Mountains, you look the further north. I mean, when you go north, it's French. There's a lot of French words on a map. The further south you go, with the Spanish coming up, all the words are Spanish on a map. But do you need to know French? Do you need to know Spanish in order to read a map? No, because you don't need to know what that word really means. Like du noir in Wyoming and Dubois, it should be, but that's the French pronouncing, but it's Dubois, but it's really Dubois. It's French. And that's on a map, and you don't need to know that means wood or du noir means in the dark or in the night. Brave and in the woods in a dark, but so it is really a thing. It is really interesting how and in Santa Fe, all of Santa Fe, all the road names are Spanish, but you don't need to know Spanish. You just need to know Agua Fria Street, Agua Fria. You don't need to know that means cold water or frozen water. I don't know, something like that. See, I didn't pay attention in Spanish class either. I tried, actually, that's never mind, doesn't matter. My Spanish sucks. I tried to learn it. Okay, so where we, oh yeah, my home brown. Hey, does anyone want to come on here with me? Uh-oh. That was a tickle in my throat. Oh no, do we have, it's not the coronavirus. I have spring allergies. And spring has sprung here. Banco, bench. Yeah. Banco, bank. It also means bank, as in a riverbank. Spanish all over the West and Southwest. Yeah. We all think we have something to gain from finding out what the solve is, says David. I know. Well, no. Well, something to gain. It's not something to, what we have to gain knowing the solve is a peace of mind. Can let this go. Got it. It's really unsettling. It's too unsettling not to know. Cloves has an interesting translation to French and Spanish. What is it? Holy. Do you guys, would anyone come on here if I posted the link in the chat? Does anyone want to talk? Really talk? You don't have to be on camera. You can choose not to have your video on. Okay, what was I gonna do? I'm gonna try to post the link in the chat room. Bravely copy link. Paste. Okay, there's a waiting room, so I can filter traffic, right? If anyone comes on, I don't even know if I'm gonna do it. I'm brave. Ooh. Did it work? Oh God. Here we go. Okay. Bonk, a bench with a fire at the end. That sounds lovely. Sitting on a bench with a fire at the end. Alan, Kate, and Huli said they will. Okay. I will pay attention to this, and if you guys wanna say hey, I've been on an hour already, but if you guys are having fun or want to talk about some more stuff, keep going. We can. Have you been all watching Bear and Fendi go through the scrapbooks? Or not the scrapbooks? Well, yeah, they are. They're the published book scrapbook versions. They went through Too Far to Walk, and now they're going through Once Upon a While. And yeah, and what else they did is, oh, I should find that link somewhere. I'm gonna try. They started a webpage where you can. I just received money. What? From David. Sent me $32. What does he say? He doesn't say anything. He just randomly sent me $32. Thank you, sweet dear heart. That's so good. David Hoffman's entering the room. I'm going to admit him. There we go. Hi.
Whoops. There we go.
What?
I'm pushing buttons and trying to make this work on my end as well. There we are. Hi, Susie.
Hi, Davio.
Good to see you again. You look ever so cute tonight. Oh my God.
Well, thank you.
I'm sure I'm liking your Friday. Your Friday shows are great.
Wow. I appreciate that. And I am changing your name to Davio22. So everybody.
Oh, there you go. Thanks.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
There's my. Do you see?
Oh, that's great.
It's right beneath my Eric Sloan.
Too
poster.
cool. Very cool. Mm-hmm. That's nice. Very lovely. Well, I just came on just to say that was really great. Of how do you say his name? Geico? What's the feller?
Gidelcon.
Oh my God, that is just the coolest thing in the world. That is the best.
It is.
And right on Huli for facilitating. That's the best. Right on, you guys.
No, so, Huli. I don't think Huli. I think Gidelcon just said. He just sent me email.
And magic happened. Right on. That's the best.
Magic just happened too. David in the chat. I don't know which David though. It's not, was it you? David, somebody sent me $32.
Oh, that's the best.
I know.
That's just the coolest.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I think I think everyone is appreciating you going on here and looking for parts, that could be hints or clues and stuff like that. That's just the coolest thing ever. I think you got a great idea for a show.
Well, what else are we gonna do? We're tortured, and I think we can. It feels like we have everything, and I am really digging Cynthia and her
Oh yeah.
videos that she's been putting out about information that she can finally feel like she can finally tell us all, that she was holding close to the chest.
Yeah, and wasn't it so great to meet her at the K-Pro wedding? I mean, she is just the coolest woman. Oh my God, I just wanted to hug her all the time. She was the coolest.
I know, it was COVID, and it was weird though. Nobody could
I know.
put masks on, and we're all. It was just, and I didn't. It was just so. I would love to spend time with her when it wasn't such a busy situation. It was there was so much going on and so much. There wasn't time to sit down and go, hey,
I agree. It wasn't as free flowing as like a cocktail party ought to be. But it was still fun. It was still great to see people in person. That was
cool. It was awesome. It was awesome to meet her. But I feel like I blew my chance because it was like it was just, the atmosphere there.
Yeah.
It was
it was a wedding, and it was very cool, and lots of kids, and I think it was really cool. I think it was nice.
Yeah, it was.
Susan, you brought up a point the other night in chat about what's his name, that the seeker guy who was really rude to Dal and all that stuff. I think you made a really good point that he should apologize because I think he started out really, really passionate and wound up and not used to people actually hearing him. And so I think he just kind of went with a lot of, over the top passion. But I think he's really calmed down, and he's, trying to be part of the community, which I think is, interesting. I mean, yeah, I have to admit, I just laid into Barbara one night. I called her every word under the sun. I was so pissed off because I finally got her, but I stopped and thought about it, and I thought, that's just rude. I shouldn't be cussing out a single mom of two. It's just not okay. So I apologized and backtracked and thought better of it instead of going with my passions. So I'm hoping that this feller kind of sees that way too, because we all love Dal, and anybody who's kind of say mean things about Dal, that's going to leave a bad taste in my mouth.
I mean, where my passion is, and the button he's pushed with me is the video. It breaks my heart to see Forrest Fenn's face on a dancing turkey. It breaks my heart to see.
I can dig it.
Right. Dale with a hot dog, and it breaks my heart to see Jenny Kyle.
Oh, her too.
He's made these videos. He's taken the people that Forrest hand picked to. I just noticed that the view is. Wait, gallery view. There. Oh, wait. No,
she looks like a Russian
actress.
A
squirrel. There it goes.
Okay.
What was I saying? Okay, so my problem is the disrespect that he's shown to Forrest and Forrest's people that were the closest to him, that he trusted in the chase, that meant the most to him. Douglas, he's ripped into Douglas. He's ripped into anybody and everybody. Made fun of, taken down, and that is a personal, I take that personal because that just shows massive disrespect to Forrest and
right
and the spirit of the chase. And he had said he called me out by name and said, I am living in the past, that I can't let go of the past. Well, long as those videos are prominent on his channel, right now you can go to that channel and see all those malicious, hateful, rude, horrible videos and a dancing turkey with Forrest's face on it. That's my hero, that you're dancing with a turkey. That's
Right.
not cool. That's not cool with me. It pisses me off. And
Right.
so that's where I call bullshit on him. And when he wants to be a part of the community and wants to be embraced and say that's all in the past, okay, well, he's got some work to do yet, because respect is not, it's
Yeah.
earned. It's not given, it's earned. And I get it. I get why he did it, because he is the one who came out of nowhere. He come pouncing into the chase after the chest was found. And with the obvious intent to cause a stir. He's brought in, he's Sideshow Bob. He's brought in the circus, the sideshow.
I totally get your point. Yeah, I don't disagree.
He's doing the channel, right? But the face paint, the whole thing, I get it. He's doing it for attention. He paid for clicks. He paid for the attention, and now he's got his 1,000 subscribers. Finally, real subscribers, real attention of the real search. And what I am. Okay, so fine. And that's good for him. He did that. He created himself. If you want to be a big deal in the chase, or if you want to be a part of the chase, you make yourself a part of the chase. Nobody gave me permission to go and make videos.
Yeah.
Nobody said, Susie invited me and said, oh, you know what? Well, actually, Toby Eunice did. He was make videos, do it,
Yeah.
So
right,
but anyway,
right.
I mean, it's anybody can do it. Anyone, and good for him that he accomplished. But how he did it was so smarmy, and he did it by hate. He did it by friction.
And so, Susie, what people love about you is you are the loving, positive light. And so when your conversations are all about look what possibly can be, I mean, that is just the best. People are just loving that. We're just loving that conversation. So,
right
on for that.
Yeah, and that's where I want to keep it, but it's still so it's more like a thorn in my paw. He's more like but okay, I want to go further with this, because why it's important, or why I care, why it matters. He can do whatever he wants going forward. That's great. He wants to bring something to the table. Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll see what he does. I mean, we does, but
what does he do?
We'll see what he does. We'll see what he does. Right? He's got our attention. Let's see what he does.
My concern is the intention that he's going to get from outside world. Like, this is so much bigger. Like, if he caught the attention of a documentarian of Netflix, like Barbara said it out loud, that he is working with somebody, a documentarian, a Netflix person, something. And the way he's cleaning up his act, and the way he's kissing up to K-Pro, getting the attention there. And that's what I'm concerned, because when it goes bigger, he's made himself now a representative of the Forrest Fenn community.
Oh, I don't know.
By force.
No, but that's kind of like saying Howard Stern represents Led Zeppelin, and that's just not true. You know what I mean?
He wants to be the Howard Stern of the by being the
Well, look how far Howard had to go before he got respect and would get the interviews that actually matter now. So all I'm saying is we love your positivity. It is a wonderful, 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 part of what Forrest is, and we love you for that. I'm just, we just wanted to really reinforce that part. That's what makes your show so great, and and it's going to ever grow. So I think somebody else is probably going to want to pop in and add to what you are finding with all your cool stuff that you've got with Sloan and everything else that you're digging up. I think it's just the coolest thing ever.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm all about the Cody, and
cool.
So
Cody.
It's like, forget it. It's like, forget that other. It's I know it's not my chase, although it feels like Forrest Fenn is my hero.
Well, it's your chase for
my
sure. Of
chase.
course it is. Of
And
course
that's
it
how
is. It's
every
personal to
single person-
everyone, right?
That's how every person feels in the chase.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
This was between me and Forrest Fenn.
Yeah.
We were, this is toe to toe with Forrest.
Still
And
are.
and that's what everybody in the chase. So we are all in this, and so
Yeah.
there's room for everybody. Forrest said, there's room, but you
Yeah.
can't.
I think where you're
love the chase. I love Forrest Fenn, and then put his face on a
Yeah.
dancing raw turkey. It's just not.
Yeah,
Not
that's
cool.
in the, I think,
And so if he got rid of all that and quit it, and
Yeah.
it would be fine. Like, I don't care what he does. I watch him because but I feel like I need to take a shower when I'm done. I feel like I need to wash my eyeballs out, I mean,
I can dig it.
and some of those shows, it was just like, cringe.
Yep,
But
yep,
it's human nature to want to know the crap.
I can, right.
But do you think you're gonna learn anything besides watching that? You're not. I mean,
No.
you're gonna learn.
What I'm learning is that the McCracken Museum in Cody has got to be significant to this, and the researchers and the lovely people that work there have been ever so helpful. They've answered my questions over the phone, directed me to things to look at. The interview that I got from Forrest is from them, and there might be another one there, actually. And I bet you'd be the woman to find it.
I don't know. It would be great. I would love to go. That's like one of those things. I just got a notification from Zillow just a couple days in my email, because I was like, I want to go to Cody. I want to live in Cody. I want to I'm looking up houses that
it's the Cody Museum is truly wonderful. I mean, there's the museum itself, which is 4-in-1, but the McCracken, which is in the lower part of it, and then they occupy all kinds of warehouse space of whatever they have on the shelves that eventually will be up, upstairs and on display with the Native Americans artifacts, is truly amazing. The photographs, you can just go through boxes of this amazing history from like about 1820 is really, it goes back farther, but that's kind of the thick of it, right? When the pioneers were just coming over, when the trappers were just coming over, they've got a lot of that, which I found really the coolest, right?
Yeah, that's awesome that you got to spend some time. I bet time would just. I bet I could spend days.
Well, it took me 5 months to come up with the questions, and then ask the questions, and then get that information, and then go there, and then dive in, and and then meet the people that I talked to on the phone.
So did you view the Sharp collection that I was talking about earlier?
Part of it, I got to see part of it, but it's clearly the building is on display for all to see, and there's one little tiny little plaque that says, thank you, Forrest Fenn. Otherwise, you would never know the whole bloody thing is by him at all. You wouldn't know.
But you know what? It's all his all his research for his Sharp book.
Exactly.
All the stuff that he gathered about Joseph Henry Sharp. It's all the
right. So what's amazing is, so you've got Sharp's cabin. He also has got Remington's studio. Remington, the guy who's done all the Great American Painting. The amazing Remington. His very studio is taken apart and is there. So you see these great American artists are very much represented there, which is
and Forrest Fenn is a great American artist, and with the living work of art. And I just, it's got to be. And he was like, he did so much for that museum, or at that museum. Not only given him, who knows what else. That's just the Sharp collection that I was looking at. That all the photographs and that sort of stuff. But the paintings and what else he's donated to that. Like clothing and moccasins and arrowheads and who knows.
And weaponry. And weaponry, from swords to rifles and pistols. I mean, there's a whole section on guns and from
There's
Smith
a
and
whole
Wesson to Winchester,
huge.
all of it. It's massive, massive.
Uh-huh.
It's very,
Isn't
very
there like
cool.
a whole building with nothing but guns?
There,
I
yes,
mean,
that's
like a big
actually
gun
very
museum?
true. Yes, it basically is a gun museum, and you get to see like Annie Oakley's gun, Wild Bill's rifle. You know, all
Oh,
these very historical weapons are all there. I mean, they have a big chunk of Buffalo Bill's show there. They have his, you know, actual wagons, so the things he traveled with, artifacts that he actually did. The Native Americans that were part of the show. Did you know one Native American, his name is called, which is an Iron Tail. Now, Iron Tail became the face of the Buffalo Nickel because the Buffalo Head Nickel is an Indian on one side, Native American, and then a buffalo on the other. And it was one
you
of
know,
the Native Americans that traveled with Buffalo Bill that became the face. Thought that was
that's
cool.
awesome. See, that's great. Thanks for sharing that, Davio. USA China just says, Susie, Forrest has a box at the Cody Museum that
There
is
you go.
sealed until a certain date per
That's
Forrest.
right. That's right. That's exactly right.
Oh, it's like a time capsule. What's the
It
date?
is. It
Do we
is.
know?
I'm not sure the date, but you know what, Susie? You would be
It's
the
probably
one
like
that.
1,000 years. Not
No. I think it's because you have to wait for like grandparents to pass away. It's really not that far off. Because I experienced that in California. Some information is not passed until such and such relative passes away, and then there is no claim
Ah,
against such and such estates. So then certain information can then be released to the public because you know those people aren't around anymore to shoot you. So I think you, because of how wonderful you are in communicating, I got a feeling you could get all kinds of wonderful information from the McCracken women about what's going on over there. You would be really, really great at that because you know they're just volunteered ladies, and if you talk nice to them and send them a few dollars or you know cookies or you know just be nice to them, it's just wonderful information that pours from these women. They're just fantastic.
yeah, it would be great to. I need to get there. I need to get to.
Well, you just have
That's
to
amazing.
come up with the questions and like, well, what do we, you know, the specific area that we're researching, right? So I was I
Yeah,
was curious
I'm
on
not
the
prepared for I'm not at that point yet. You know, I mean,
right. Well, this is a good start. You were putting the questions out, asking the questions. I think is the most important thing to do. So I think having a show where you're asking questions, could this be something? Is this something? You know, getting finding out what people think. I think that's just very entertaining and a wonderful distraction from the shit show that is our life.
well, thank
My
you,
life.
dear Davio. Thank you.
So
Yeah,
I'm your
thanks for
I'm your
coming on.
biggest
Great.
cheerleader. I'm
Okay,
I'm gonna be
good.
your biggest cheerleader right there. Me and Hooli.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get off and go play poker. So I'm gonna turn off
Okay.
from and then let somebody else come on. I do hope Hooli comes on. She's really great. So maybe she can come on, hide in the background, and she can chat it up with you.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming on, Davio. It's so nice to see you. Or
It's nice.
not
Sure.
see you.
I'm hiding today. I'm not feeling like I want to be seen, but I'm so glad your lovely face is out there in the world with the cute pigtails or ponytails. Love it, love it. Bye-bye. Ciao. Much love to you, hon. Bye-bye.
See you later. Susie should move to Cody and volunteer at the museum. Yeah, Bill. Oh God, it would be so good. I would rock that job. That's right up my. I love that stuff. I think that would be one of those places that you would walk in and you would lose all sense of time. You know, like it would be next thing you know, it's like, holy crap, how did it get dark outside? Ma'am, we need you to leave. We have a lady that refuses to leave in the section, the wing down the street. I think she's hiding in the sharp cabin. Somebody, I need backup. Could happen. Uh-huh. That is a bucket list thing though, for sure. But just coming up with more Cody things to fit into the whole premise that I am on board with that information that's been released about Forrest was in Cody, staying in Cody for an event or reasons when he hid the chest. He was in Cody anyway. He was in Cody. So it has to be, we got a radius. And I'm going with that. I mean, that's going to be what I'm thinking of as I go forward, looking for more information and trying to figure this out, right? David says, it's one of the best Southwestern museums, but don't underestimate the Panhandle Plains Museum in Canyon, Texas. That's awesome. You've been there. It would be great to go on a Hi, Redneck Express. You want to come on? You just push a button. Oh no. Yeah, does anybody want to does anybody want to come on? Oh no. Okay, how many people do I have? 52 people watching. And I got nothing left to say because my whole here I'm looking at this, my poker, there's like poker terms, because when I was researching this, 4 cards and a joker, and then he said NASA and all that, but a rainbow, there's terms, right? Like I have here, a rainbow are 3 or 4 cards of a different suit. Betting a rainbow, one chip of each color. So you can bet a rainbow, or you can get cards. You get crappy card. A crappy card is called a brick or a bomb. I wrote. A cow is sharing a buy-in with intent to split. I wrote this. I mean, I didn't make this stuff up. I don't know where I got it from, but I didn't make it up. Joker is wild in Canasta. In the card game War, a joker beats all. A joker beats all in War. Oh my God. You know what that made me think of? The only asterisk, a joker beats all in War, right? Okay. The only asterisk other than the asterisk on page 15 is in my War for Me. So if you're playing card game where it's right, it's in the front, it's where the asterisks on page, I've got my wrong book. Without all my notations in it. Here we go. It's on page 76. And this is my War for Me. And this is the second page 76. What's special about page 76 is my War for Me starts on page 70, 72, and 73. This is my word for me. And here's the big letter T, right? And when you turn the page, here's 74, 75. And then when you turn to 76, it's still my war for me. It says it right up here in the title. He put the big W. So a big W in the middle of the story already. It's like it introducing another chapter when you use the big drop cap, whatever, fancy letters. So the first big letter is a T. The second big letter is a W. It starts out the Korean War, and this is when. So hen. Hen. If you take the W off the word hen, hen is a biddy. Hen is a chicken. Okay, but anyway, okay. So what was I thinking of? The asterisk, that made me spark the asterisk. The word asterisk is used on page 76. I'm certain of it. Yes, it's in the middle of the second chapter. It says, in another generation or so, most of those names will be but an asterisk in the history of a forgotten war, a curiosity to wonder about. Like the Lincoln Memorial. Okay, that's the whole, let me read that sentence again. In another generation or so, most of those names will be but an asterisk in the history of a forgotten war, a curiosity to wonder about, like the Lincoln Memorial. Lincoln Memorial is not a curiosity to wonder about. I mean, everybody knows about Lincoln. And so that's not going to be well, think about how now from the Civil War, all those monuments that were glorifying that horrible situation. And when those statues were erected, that time period was a different time than we're living in now. And so it is interesting to think about how things are going to be seen in the future. You know, like you can't judge a generation by your eyes in the present. You know, looking back, it was different. Things were different. It was different situations, you know? So, I don't know. This has all been just a giant history lesson, right? Okay, so there's the asterisk on page 76. And right after the asterisk, in the history of a forgotten war. And an asterisk is a joker or a wild card. An asterisk is a wild card in a search when you're like in computer searches. An asterisk is a wild card. I hope people can glue this my random ramblings, that somebody can glue them together and understand what I'm trying to say. Oh, I even looked up Ernest Tubbs, the guy's name. Ernest is showing sincere and intense conviction, as I do. Oh, there's no end. Okay, I see my name. What do you think of the ball of string is about in Golden Moor? Squirrel. Yeah. And what is that? Ooh, is it? Because um the details about that are a lot. Like they're different colors of string, and it got so big it couldn't fit out his door. So what does that mean? That means you a little bit, when you do something a little bit at a time, tying those and the knots, the square knots. Like he goes into such detail describing it. Here it is on page 128. Soon I had a multicolored ball that got larger and larger with each tie on. I hope to tie on at least 3 strings a day. After a year or so, the ball was so large it couldn't go through my bedroom door. Well, think about that too. Okay, so you're referencing a bedroom door. It does sound like a tall tale, but bedroom doors are they're like a basic size, right? Like there's a standard size for a bedroom door. Even way when, right? Even if they were pretty narrow. But so I'm looking at my bedroom door right now and thinking, that ball, if it was that big, it would take up, because it's not just what, it's a ball. So that thing would take up a huge amount of room. Okay. I mean, it would be huge and comical and ridiculous. So sounds like a tall tale, but yeah, I don't know. Okay, so it couldn't through my bedroom door. One afternoon, there's that word one again. I think ones and zeros are important here because of the way of the attention he draws towards them, One afternoon when I walked home from school in the rain, my string had disappeared. You know what that makes me think of? I've got my wrong book again. Where did I put oh, here it is. There's Indian or Native American, or no, Inca tribe, or Inca. I've got in Spanish it's Quipu, or Inca it's Khipu. I think that's what it's called, but it's a calendar. They used to take string, the Inca. Oh God, I am sketchy. This is what I think. I believe about 15% of what comes out of my mouth. But what I think is that it was it a calendar? They used tie string as a calendar, or it was a form of communication. Tying string is called a kapui. It was a form of communication. Oh my God, forget it. I'm not gonna. And then okay, but let's analyze this some more. one afternoon when I walked home from school in the rain, it disappeared. Okay, that's why I'm saying that, because the string that they used was if it got wet, it was a bow and arrow. Forrest Fenn taught me that or Eric Sloan, I can't remember which one, that the string that the Native Americans used for their bow and arrow string was made when it rained, it lost, it made it too, it sagged. The string. So you wanted to get into a bow and arrow fight in the rain because their weapons would not work because the string became wet and then it became elasticity. I can't say it. I'm not even drinking. Okay. Unravel, and that's it. Unravel the mystery. And I just saw somebody wrote the word unravel. David did, and I have that written right here in my book, the word unravel, because it said she didn't answer. She kept nodding and looking out the window. I think she was watching for the postman or something. I tried to explain to my mother that since the ball couldn't get out my room, it was somehow difficult for someone to steal it. She didn't answer. She just kept nodding and looking out the window, waiting for the postman. Why? The postman has something to do with the string. And you know who the postman is? Buffalo Bill Cody was the Pony Express. He was the postman, the first one, or one of the first ones, or, you know, it's how he became famous. And there we go. Buffalo Bill Cody again as the postman. So how does he end this? Okay, even to this day, the mystery of what happened to my string ball remains one of the greatest unsolved crimes in my family. And then he uses the word one again. I don't like how many times he uses the word one. Pretty judgy about the amount of times he uses the word one. I don't know. It's just. So it's one of the greatest unsolved. And you know what? Okay, here's what I know also about this. I'm noticing my own little scribbles and whatnots. On page 128, Golden Moore, and then it says, even to this day, the mystery of what happened to my ball string remains one of the greatest unsolved crimes of my family. And then I drew a liner to here because that is where the original book, the original printing, the original copies, PDF files of this Thrill of the Chase cut off. It was this piece then was on the next page. These pages were rearranged differently. Graphics were laid out differently in the first printing of the Thrill of the Chase. And so the page cut off at that, and then he started the next page with the paragraph that goes with, it was just a weird placement. So I see why he moved it. Or is it, should I even know that? Why should I know that? Does it matter? Probably not. But again, it's one of those things where this is, you know, the Golden Moore chapter starts with the I here. Turn the page, and this is 127, 128. And again, then he has another capital letter, a big drop cap in the middle of the page. It doesn't belong here. It's not, it's weird. It's an anomaly. And it's word and And then I got a cancer. Not then I got cancer. It's like then I got a cancer. And it's in brown. Those are brown letters. Those are colored brown. How can you tie? Okay. But you know, okay, so back to the string theory. The unraveling of that. Okay, so anyway, that story, that part of the story before the big capital A comes again and the next paragraph starts, the little paragraph in between says, over the next 50 years, and he spells out the word 50 instead of using 50. Which that is kind of interesting because other places he actually uses numbers, and then other places he says he uses the word for the number. But anyway, it says, over the next 50 years, my eclectic collections grew to excessive proportions. Beaded Indian moccasins, 4-edge painted books, weather vanes, ancient Egyptian jewelry, arrowheads, pocket knives, and antiques of all kinds. That's how, and that's it. And that's the end of that paragraph. So he just, that's like tucked in there after the string story. I guess because he's saying, when you're a collector, it's, you know, he was always a collector ever since he was a little kid. You know, started with the soda top pop top. And then I got cancer. That's the line that follows it. After a 1-hour operation turned into 5. My doctor said I had a 20% chance, and he did 20 and then used the percent sign, the symbol for percent, instead of typing out the word. And then it's lying in bed at 3 o'clock in the morning in that same paragraph. He did 3 o'clock and he did 3, the word 3 o'clock. And when he referenced time in Surviving Myself, where is that? Right here. Nope, that's My War for Me. He used actual here it is, Surviving Myself, when district attorney, when 8 o'clock. So here on page 39, when he talked about a time reference, he used 8 o'clock and used the number 8 and then used 3 O's for, he did the number 8 colon O and then O clock apostrophe, you know, so it's, and then when he mentions it in Goldenmore, he mentions time when he was, you know, the lying in bed at 3 o'clock, he just wrote out the word 3 and then o'clock. So that, what sticks out in my mind is the 8 o'clock district attorney. So it's like 8 o'clock district. When you're talking about a district attorney, a district is a area, you know? So 8 o'clock. So is he talking about when you're standing in the area, in the district, from whatever point you look 8 o'clock, you know, using it as a pointer. Jeanette with 45 watching and 19 thumbs up. Upvote Susie. Thank you, Gionut. Yeah, he'll like a check. 57 years, slept 18. Numbers are normally written out under 10, above 10. Yeah, numerical sequence. I know. That's why when he says 50 here, he writes the word, and that's odd. That's something that sticks out. Bill Gorman, did you get my email? Oh, no. Okay. Hi, Atlantic Coast. Hi. How you doing? Page 39, chapter 8, word 8. Page 39, chapter 8, word 8. Tis. And he, okay, I-80. At 8 o'clock. At 8:00, 800. Okay. Lori Barnes says, see, one afternoon is one. Oh, right. Right. There he goes again. Man, you guys, we just keep chipping at these ideas. It's gotta fold in place, don't you think? Oh, wow. I've been on 2 hours in 3 minutes. So I think, hey, is K-Pro in here? Like, I haven't been looking at anything here. I'm ignoring my people. Hi, K-Pro. Gadelkan, have you found them all? What are you looking for? I haven't seen the third one. I know where it is. I'm gonna scroll up and look. Have you noticed the Code of the West sculpture next to his chair? In a scrapbook, he challenged us to find all of them. He said there was 14, but there was 29 made, only 3 of the full-size ones. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Gadalkan. Three is the key to solving the poem. It is what everybody missed, it seems. Okay, Dennis, how does 3 solve the poem? Julie says, I waited in the lobby for a while. You did? I never got my, see, I never saw anybody come in the lobby. I thought it would pop up on my screen and tell me to go get, to do it, but it didn't, unless do I have to drive my mouse over it and so I can see the tools? I wonder. When Davio did it, it gave me a pop-up on the bottom of my screen. It said, doo. My computer did it. But anyway, 369 Janzer, beautiful thing, says Nikolai Tesla. Figure out everything. Cheers. I just wanted to say congrats that I got to that. Yeah, look at me now. Look at me now. I can do screen share. I'm fancy. Okay, that's it, you guys. I'm gonna push buttons. I'm gonna try to figure out how to stop. But thanks for coming in, everybody. Thanks, David, for the 30 random dollars. $38. Awesome. Yeah, and thank you all for your support and your kind words and for being here with me tonight. And I'll see you again soon, okay?